There's actually a system that I have that allows me to generate over $300,000 every single year. I've genuinely been using this every single year since I started my business, and it works every single time, and it's only gotten easier and better for me. And I'm gonna explain exactly what this is. And this video, I'm gonna be very, very practical. It's not gonna be a 20-minute video. It'll be a very short video. It's gonna be practical, telling you exactly how I'm able to do this. So the way my business model works is I simply manage or rent properties from the owners. So I either do co-hosting or arbitrage, so I don't have to buy it. That's the biggest reason. That's number one, okay? So what I've been able to do is I simply just partner and work with investors or landlords or homeowners, and I get them to furnish the property. When you get to a point with Airbnb where you've been doing this for a year and or you have authority and you have conviction and you know what you're doing, the most important thing is the understanding and the knowledge rather than the experience. Because once you understand how it works and you can portray that conviction to somebody else, they will invest in you and in your business without you having to put money out of pocket, because you simply have that skill set. So literally what I do every single year is I find operators, owners, landlords who have a property, who want to get a property rented out, or they simply want to buy a property for investment purposes, and I get them to furnish it, and I manage and list the place on Airbnb. Another really cool thing I've been able to do is I actually charge them to actually set up the listing on Airbnb, and then I take 10, 15, 20% of the gross revenue every single month to be able to manage it. I only do this for properties that are gonna make anywhere from $90,000 a year up until $150,000 a year, because I know exactly what it takes to get a house to $90,000 to $150,000 a year. I only partner with this. And let's use the example of a property that's doing $150,000 a year. I only need to find about 2 of them. So every year in this scenario, I would only need to find about 2 properties that are gonna do $150,000 a year. I negotiate with the owner. To get them to furnish it, and then I manage and run the property. If you have a good relationship and you have previous relationships with these owners or operators or investors, you can simply make it a very basic service that you do every single year. You can get to a point where you have a few investors and you do this every single year. So you can have 3 or 4 investors, and every year each of them buys a new house, and you tell them exactly what to buy, you do the market research, and then each property makes you an extra $100,000 per year, and you manage it, you run it, you take 20%, and you can even charge them $5,000 to $10,000 to set it up on their behalf. So now you can very quickly get to $300,000 to $600,000 a year every single year, just with the exact same landlords, owners, or investors. That's the easiest model, but you simply have to get the connections to do that, which as you build your Airbnb business, you will. Or what you can do is you can simply just go and find landlords, homeowners, and people who want to rent out their home, and you can negotiate for them to furnish it for an 80% split on their gain, and then you manage it for 20%. I like the former because I work with the exact same people every single year, and doing this has allowed me to scale my business significantly. So every single year I'm able to add $300,000. Realistically speaking, every single year I add a little bit more than $300,000, but this is the system that I've been able to use, and it's a system that works very, very well if you have the right connections and you build the right system. Like, you're genuinely real about the way you conduct business, and you're here to solve people's problems. Because as an investor's perspective, if all they have to do is buy a house every single year, and then you're gonna manage it and then take 80% of the revenue from the house, and they don't have to think about the house, and they make more than they would if they were renting it, they're gonna take that trade 9 times out of 10 if they trust you. All you gotta do is get them to trust you, and then you can both be winning for a very, very long time. So there's a little bit of a trick or a hack that I have here for you. If you want to see more tips and tricks on things I've been able to do to be able to help me scale my business, I actually have a free community where I post and talk about things like this, these little tips and tricks that you can get access to for free. The link is in the description below. And if you're new to this and you want to learn a little bit more about how Airbnb actually works, I have a video where I truly explained how you should be thinking about what an Airbnb or a short-term rental business really is, rather than what you see online, because this description will help you make significantly more money, and it'll make a lot more sense when you actually understand this concept. So if you want to watch that video, it'll also be in the description below, and watch it and get a lot of value, and it'll help you make more money. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.